Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands, Ukraine is fighting for the democracy in the whole world. Against Russia terrorist state, of course. And I will show you my beauty, my proud, maybe even, I would name it so, the part of my flower beds and the part with peonies. I have now amazing and spectacular blooming of peonies. They are still blooming, although we have very hot period and very dry period. We don't have rains, even if they are predicted, forecasted, and we are waiting for the rains from day to day, and forecast is not fulfilled, unfortunately. But peonies, they are still blooming, they are bringing a lot of joy, and they are of course spectacular and amazing. I have here a lot of varieties, as you can see, and I have combined different colors. I love to combine different colors of roses, of peonies, of other flowers, and I love to combine such flowers as peonies and roses and hydrangeas with annuals, perennials, etc. So I love any combinations, whether this concerns flower or this concerns some varieties of plants, etc. etc. Not all of them I remember the names. Actually, I have lost the names of some of them, but definitely I know names of varieties of part of the peonies which are on your screen now. And yeah, I love these general colors, I love the general scenes, this general focus where I see a lot, of course, in reality when during live, in live mode, yeah, I see these varieties also as yeah, at one side. And I want to share also and show you this maybe view and how it looks amazing. And now I will maybe come closer and demonstrate you a couple of varieties much more closer. This is angel cheeks, and this is one of my favorite because of fragrance. The fragrance is very sweet, very strong, very noticeable, and very good felt. And maybe you could see, but not sure that camera transferred this very well. I think yes, it transfers, and peony starts to bloom in a pretty tender pink color, and then this pink color it changes to white, not the cleanest white with still some pinkish shades, but in general white will be on the most area, on the bigger area of the flower, of the petals. But in general, this combination, this tender pink with this white, creamy white, it's of course amazing. This variety, I have lost its name. Then this pink varieties on the far end. This is most probably Kansas, very generous bush, very generous blooming. And this bush and the flower, they are pretty, I would say, steady, or how to say, they behave well during this sun exposure and very hot days. I see that petals are not impacted by sun exposure, and they still offer a very good floristic view. Yellow one, this is Barzella. I think it's familiar to you, and if you even don't have it, most probably you heard about this variety, or even maybe seen this variety in some botanical garden, or maybe in your in your friend's garden or something like that. I love this peony because of the color. Of course, for me, yellow color is not very usual for peonies, but now we have, of course, a bunch of varieties in this color. And this variety has a very big flower. It's not so generous, as you can see, as for example that previous pink one, which I called Kansas, but still it gave a lot, not a lot, but couple of flowers. And yeah, all these flowers, they demonstrate a very tender yellow color, and this yellow color could be either more concentrated or more maybe more dark yellow, and during the blooming it will become more lighter, and it will be even buttery yellow, something like that. But still, all these shades of yellow, this bush of this variety, they are very impressive and very amazing. Near the dark pink from on the left, this is raspberry sundae, also one of the favorite and one of the amazing varieties. Why? Because the flower transforms really interesting during the blooming. It starts to be not so big, not so high, but during bloom, flower becomes more higher and higher and higher, and color also plays. There is play of color, changes. Or color is changing, and of course this makes a very good impression about this variety while watching and looking at this peony. And also another variety, name of which I know, is white cap. This is one with middle, maybe it's a white, creamy white middle, yeah, and bush is not so generous. There maybe will be one more flower if it will have strength to open, we'll see. But in general, I know this variety. It's already third year in my garden, and yeah. Prior I have bought it, I have seen it in real garden conditions, and I have bought it from there, from the garden, and I knew what I am planting. So yeah, it happened that I have here a very concentrated pink part of the flowers bed, a dark pink part, right? But still, in case, if to look generally, there are many colors, and this is not so concentrated. I will try to demonstrate you a couple more varieties, and we'll move to the peony part. But here, not all the peonies are of their amazing beauty, maybe. Some of them, like Hercule, this is the biggest one, the huge flower, amazingly huge flower. As you can see, it's already, or they flowers, they are impacted by the sun and by the hot weather, by the sunny weather, and by the dry conditions without rain. So bush also is huge. Branches, they are very thick, and that's why they of course require watering, and manual watering. It's not enough, and it's not as the watering or yeah, watering supplied by the rain, by the natural raining. Yeah, so flowers, they are at the final stage of their bloom. Pink one, it's still not opened. I am not and I am not sure whether it will be opened or they will be opened. This is Kobzar. This is how we call our poet Taras Shevchenko. We call it Kobzar because he's one of the main books, or main book is called, or is named Kobzar. And this peony, of course, Ukrainian bred variety, and of course I'm proud to have it in my garden. And a white one, it's hard to transfer this color because yeah, it's like a white, maybe a big place, but no, yeah, I think now camera transforms it well. It's also Ukrainian bred variety, Chornomorska Chaika. And also very interesting one, and if Kobzar, this left one, pink one, if it was opened already, it would be very nice combination and nice looking combination. Another beauty Ukrainian bred variety, pearls, and Rosipani perle, but yeah, pearls which were yeah, maybe I'm not sure how to, yeah, we do not translate in general, right? We do not translate names of varieties, so I call it how it is called in Ukraine. But in general, I want to say that this variety is very, I would say, first of all, very stable, very, the variety which always flowers. Or that always flowers, and flowers not one flower per branch, but even a couple of flowers per branch. And all of them will be well formed, all of them will be opened, and the bush is general. The bush starts to bloom from the first year in your garden, and it smells amazing. The fragrance is amazingly felt, amazingly sweet, and amazingly pleasant. And I want to show you a couple more, but I need to go inside this place. And there will be Lorelei. Not the best view of the flower because of hard spring. Not all the flowers were formed very well, but if yeah, this variety had strengths, it also could be amazing and much more pleasant. And also I have etched salmon, which I have demonstrated you in the vase, in the bucket. Here it's etched salmon in my garden, and some of the flowers of this variety, like this one, they have finished, and this left one, much more pinkier, right? It's also etched salmon, and it's very nicely combined, as you can see, either with white variety, Chornomorska chayka, or with these pearls. Yeah, also variety in a bit of different of color. And here I want to demonstrate you one cluster of the peonies. I do not practice to leave all the buds except central one in other varieties, namely in all my varieties except this one, because this one, it does not influence whether you leave the only central flower or you leave all of them. Here we have how many? 4 and one more to go. Yeah, and all of them, as you can see, opened. Of course, there are smaller, but central one is still big, and I think this, even if they are smaller, they will be well formed, and of course they will bring fragrance, amazing fragrance, amazing notes of aroma, and amazing view and spectacular view. Also here I have another Ukrainian bread variety, but as you can see, the branches, they are not so strong as in other varieties. This variety is called Chaklunka, and it is amazing because of color, especially prior to or closer to the sunset. The color will be so dark and will be impressive because of that. But bush itself, as you can see, not self-standing and definitely needs support. But even if the flowers, they are lying on the straw, or how it is called correctly, right, this mulch, yeah, they are comfortable here because this is not open ground, and they will not be dirty after some rain, if we will finally got this rain, and this still looking nicely. Yeah, roses are to come. I still don't have even, almost don't have roses, I mean opened, but there will be some, of course, in the nearest future, nearest time. So yeah, thank you for your attention. Thanks for watching, listening, commenting. Till the next video, and bye.